Fans of Sister Wives appear to be perplexed by Kody Brown's recent remarks. He has already made assertions that contradict one another. Everyone recently found out that Robyn and Kody discussed moving to a different location. Brown claims that his relationships with the majority of his adult children have been quite difficult. He added that he had experienced a lot in the last few years. The 18-year-old father also mentioned that he will be able to start again with his large family if they relocate. However, it appears that his words were not intended. The couple has no room for anyone else on their new property, even though they are eager to start over. Will Robyn and Kody truly forbid anybody else from entering their new home? For more information, continue reading. Last year, Kody and Robyn Brown purchased a new home in Flagstaff, Arizona. They spent $2.1 million on a 7,884 square foot house. The Mountain Mansion, which was advertised for $1.65 million last year, is over 16 miles away from their new property. The couple reportedly took out a loan of around $1.68 million to purchase their new house. The couple really purchased an even larger home, despite the fact that many believed they had downsized. The exact dimensions of Mountain Mansion are 2.56 acres. The main house, guest house, and detached TV garage are all located on a 7,884 square foot property. The couple's prior residence, which was 4,476 square feet and on 2 acres, can be compared to the present one. Fans may remember that this purchase was made shortly after Kody Brown, his ex-wife, filed a lawsuit against him for custody of their third kid and child support. Indeed, Kody Brown, star of Sister Wives, and his wife Robyn recently disclosed their desire to move to a new home. After moving his enormous family several times before settling in Las Vegas, the 18-year-old father has frequently been accused of having wanderlust. Kody's tendency toward anything Robyn desired became evident to viewers over time. Robyn moved to Las Vegas only to attend her adult son's college. However, the last time the family moved was quite some time ago. The couple recently disclosed that they bought an even larger mansion after listing their enormous home for sale last year. Kody claims that the family's decision to relocate was prompted by unpleasant recollections of their previous residence. He and his wife agreed, and they made the decision to relocate. Fans, however, appear to be perplexed by their explanation. Kody claimed that he wanted to move on from his divorce, which he got in the same house. Given that he never even let his ex-wives into the house, how irrational is it that Kody won't associate them with it? That residence had always been occupied by Kody and Robyn. They were hardly visited by his other wives and children. We can see why viewers refer to Kody as the show's antagonist. Brown is obviously failing miserably, even if he admits it and makes an effort to improve. Ironically, he is gaining more contempt because he is attempting to be relatable. He has actually demonstrated once more that he is incapable of interpreting subtle cues. He claims to be desperate to improve his ties with his kids. However, he continues to disregard his ex-wives and the other kids because he is too preoccupied with satisfying Robyn. It seems quite believable that he bought a new home after trying to take everything from his previous wife. The current season, meanwhile, has only just began. We can't imagine what will happen at the end if Kody has already begun to be erratic. He is making a lot of effort to improve his reputation with the audience, but we don't see it happening. Will Kody's evil persona be able to change? We'll find out in time. It appears that the last chapter of the Brown family's history is being written, and Kody and Robyn Brown are more alone than ever. Once the focal point of a large multiple family, the Sister Wives stars are now adjusting to life as a couple in a home that they claim represents a fresh start. But that fresh start comes with a startling rule. Nobody is welcome in their new home, according to insiders and a few eye-opening on-screen incidents. Not even relatives. Kody and Robyn have become the final remaining branch of the Brown family after years of emotional collapse, tears, and treachery. However, the solitude that supporters claim seems more like punishment than serenity may be what they're referring to as a restart. Kody Brown had a clear vision for Sister Wives when series debuted in 2010. A large, contented poly family living under one spiritual roof. He put up a united front with his 4 wives at the time, Meri, Janelle, Kody, and Robyn, keen to demonstrate to the world that plural marriage could be based on mutual respect, love, and faith. However, that ideal quickly fell apart. The tranquility was broken in 2021 when Kody was the first to depart. After a while, Janelle finally acknowledged that she couldn't stand Kody's preference for Robyn. After years of emotional detachment, Meri eventually left. Only Robyn remained, the wife Kody referred to as his true soulmate, and with whom he formerly claimed to be spiritually aligned. Even Robyn's existence, however, has become a silent echoer of the past in the wake of all the departures. Together, but still very much alone, the two are currently attempting to put the past behind them. Kody and Robyn just moved into a freshly constructed house on the outskirts of Flagstaff for a recent Sister Wives preview. Fans observed something strange right away. Despite the house's modernity, minimalism, and cleanliness, there is hardly any hint of warmth or family. "We needed to start over," Kody said in a confessional portion. "Too much has occurred, too much suffering, and too many memories of the past." Beside him, Robyn gave a quiet nod. "We desire tranquility in this house, a haven. Now it's just the two of us, and that's fine." However, the news that followed left viewers stunned. Kody paused when producers inquired if family get-togethers would be held at the new home. "To be honest, no," he responded, "not quite yet. No one else is allowed inside this house. It's our area, our restart." Robyn concurred, saying, "We require limits. We care about everyone, but it's time to put our relationship first rather than the drama." The sentiment was startling to a family that was formerly based on unity. The new house is eerily quiet, according to family sources. "It's gorgeous, but it doesn't feel like anyone lives there," an insider told In Touch. Robyn keeps it immaculate, almost like a museum. There are no indications of children playing, laughing, or guests. People who have visited the house say it feels emotionally chilly, despite the couple's alleged design choices of light stone, high ceilings, and clean lines to represent a fresh beginning. According to one friend, it's symbolic. Although they claim it's their safe haven, it feels more like a stronghold. They have constructed emotional as well as physical barriers. The adult children of the Browns have also alluded to the widening gap. "We don't really go over there," said Garrison, Janelle's son, during a recent webcast. "They don't seem to desire guests." Another relative went on to say, "They seem to be living in a bubble." Kody doesn't make contact. Neither does Robyn. Family used to mean everything, which makes it sad. Kody Brown was the self-assured leader of a large family tree for many years. The once enthusiastic patriarch now appears to have been vanquished by his own decisions. "I've lost my family," Kody acknowledged on Sister Wives, one-on-one. "My sense of purpose vanished. Rebuilding a relationship with Robyn is difficult when everyone despises me." Although he referred to the new home as a reset button, supporters believe it's more about escaping guilt than making a fresh start. One online viewer said, "He's in denial. That house is a hiding place, not a new chapter." Some people think Kody is the cause of his seclusion. Another fan wrote, "He pushed everyone away, and now he's shocked they're gone. He built the house out of pride and regret, and he lives there now." Even the formerly fervently devoted Robyn has displayed waning optimism. She sobbed as she declared, "I didn't want this," at the season 19 reunion. "I desired Sister Wives. I desired a large family. But now it's just the two of us, and that's not what I had hoped for." Even though Robyn has been by Kody's side, her once gentle confidence has diminished. She was vivacious, outspoken, and firmly believed in plural love in previous seasons. She's tired now. She has admitted to feeling bad, but not because she did anything wrong, but rather because she was given the life that the other women no longer desired. In one tearful moment, she remarked, "I never wanted to be the last one standing. I feel like I'm being held responsible for the family's dissolution by everyone these days. I simply love Kody, I didn't steal him." She apologizes, but it appears that she has come to terms with her fate. Robyn went on, "I'll accept it if this is what's meant to be. But I don't have to live with people who are negative in our house." Her remarks reflect the couple's new reality, which is a calmer, smaller life based on control rather than community. The emotional core of Sister Wives has always been the Brown kids. Viewers have seen them mature, move out, and develop their own opinions over the years, many of which have been ruthlessly candid about their father. The children are now expressing that they have had enough as Kody and Robyn withdraw even further into their seclusion. In a recent podcast interview, Christine's daughter Mykelti stated, "We love our dad, but we're not chasing him anymore. He has made his life decision. He knows where to find us if he wants to join us." It was reiterated by Gwen Brown. "It's strange," she remarked. "They constructed a new home, but it serves as a metaphor for how disconnected they have become from the rest of society." Even Janelle's children, who used to be close to Kody, have become aloof. One of them acknowledged, "He used to be our hero. He's just gone now. Kody's new no visitors rule simply serves to deepen the emotional rift that already exists between him and his kids. Sister Wives fans are never afraid to voice their thoughts, and the most recent development in Kody and Robyn's story has caused a stir on the internet. They're calling it a fresh start, but it looks like isolation, one Reddit user commented. That is regression rather than advancement. Robyn wanted love and now she has it, but at what cost? Said another. No laughter, no extended family, no sister wives. There was silence in the house, just her and Kody. Additionally, despite the couple's stated desire for peace, many have observed that their behavior seems to indicate resentment. One fan remarked, "They claim to want healing, but healing doesn't come from excluding others. It results from repairing wrongs. There is more to the story than privacy, according to insiders." One source claims that Kody and Robyn are withdrawing from everyone, including production crews, as a result of their financial difficulties and the public scrutiny. According to the insider, they're sick of the cameras. Even TLC employees are not welcome in their house. Robyn is fiercely defensive of their personal space. She claims that she doesn't want bad vibes in the house. However, some people think that their solitude is also associated with emotional baggage. Kody is still upset, the person added. He no longer has faith in anyone after feeling deceived by the other wives. Robyn is merely attempting to calm him down. Kody and Robyn continue to put up a unified front in public, sharing pictures of their kids during family dinners, hikes, and holidays. However, many who know them well claim that fatigue is hidden beneath the smiles. A former family acquaintance posted, "Kody is upset, Robyn is lonely, and they're both trying to act like this is the life they wanted." However, they both secretly miss the mayhem. The family is missed. They built a house that keeps everyone else out, the buddy continued, but perhaps that's what makes it so painful. The very people who helped shape who they are have been shut out. When Kody and Robyn discuss starting over, it sounds like a fresh start full of hope. However, it is actually laced with irony. Kody spent years advocating for harmony, love, and a shared life. Now he lives in a home where even his own kids don't feel welcome. There is now silence around Robyn, who had stated that she desired sisterhood, laughter, and shared motherhood. With a padlock gate and shut curtains, the magnificent plural family experiment that began with such optimism has come to an end. One fan said on the internet, "It's poetic in a way." They desired a large enough family to accommodate everyone. Now that they have a house large enough for two people, nobody else wants to live there. For better or worse, Robyn Brown and Kody Brown are now the only two members of one of the most talked about families on reality TV. Although they claim to be healing, devotees perceive pride as protection and loneliness as serenity. They didn't just build a new home. They built a monument to everything they lost, one Sister Wives fan put it. It remains to be seen if this new chapter turns into a story of regret or redemption. However, one thing is for sure, the echoes of the past are still eerily loud behind the lovely walls of Kody and Robyn's new beginning.